In 2004, Sony released Killzone for the PlayStation 2, and with Halo as massive as it was, any first-person shooter that resembled it in any way was automatically labeled as a Halo killer. So with Sony being Microsoft's rival, Killzone was labeled as PlayStation's Halo killer. However, Killzone was anything but that. It did though become a successful series for Sony, spanning a total of 6 games. With developer Guerrilla Games moving on to the Horizon series with even more success, who knows if Killzone will ever make a comeback. However, its legacy was and is one that continues to be celebrated. And like many of PlayStation's franchises, Killzone has made a number of appearances in other games. We start things off with the LittleBigPlanet series. Before Fortnite became the king of cameos, every LittleBigPlanet game had a ridiculous number of guest characters players could buy, especially when it came to promoting fellow PlayStation games. So a Killzone mini-pack based on Killzone 2 was released containing Killzone-themed stickers and costumes of Sev and a Helghast soldier for Sackboy to wear. And after Killzone 3 released, LittleBigPlanet came out with a Killzone 3 mini-pack featuring Rico and Hazmat costumes, along with even more themed stickers. And because the original LittleBigPlanet was so successful, Sony released a LittleBigPlanet game for the PlayStation Portable. While the game never had as much downloadable content, it still had a fair amount to buy. With that, a pack called Costumes of Killzone was released, and even featured a tank Sackboy could dress up in. Like LittleBigPlanet, Modnation Racers is a game that followed the same play, create, share theme, but with a karting spin. And like LittleBigPlanet, the game had a ton of downloadable content, including the appearances of PlayStation icons. So Nathan Drake, Kratos, Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper, so many more. And, of course, one of these characters was this chibi-like version of a Helghast soldier riding in a tank. If you happen to want to buy any of these characters these days, you won't be able to. Around the time when Sony shut the servers down, they also removed every single piece of downloadable content as well. Something I've never understood, but that's how it is. With the launch of the PlayStation 5 came one of its best games. Astro's Playroom proudly celebrates PlayStation history. So not only does Killzone make an appearance in Astro's Playroom, but a whole squad of Helghast soldiers can be found in the SSD Speedway level Turbo Trail. Before ascending the scaffolding to the top of the rocket, move to the back of the base and there you'll find them in formation. And instead of holding actual guns, they're holding PlayStation VR aim controllers. If you happen to smack them, their helmets pop off, revealing their faces before putting them back on. In the follow-up to Astro's Playroom, the game Astro Bot features not one, but 3 Helghast troops that can be found in the level called High Suction Hero, which is located in the Lost Galaxy. After rescuing each one, they can be found at the crash site with all the other VIP bots. Their designs this time is more detailed than what it was in Astro's Playroom. As such, the 3 stand in formation, once again holding PlayStation VR aim controllers, but now have the Helghast flag next to them. Hitting each one will also knock their helmets off, and it takes the bots a bit to notice, before being surprised and putting them back on. It's pretty common to see cameos, especially that of PlayStation characters in the Hot Shots Golf Everybody's Golf series of games. We've seen characters like Kratos from God of War, Cat from Gravity Rush, and Sackboy from LittleBigPlanet. And this trend continued into Hot Shots Tennis Get a Grip, a PlayStation Portable sequel to the PlayStation 2 original. In order to unlock a playable Helghast, during story mode, players need to have the character Colin join their party. Then go back to the stage room and beat Colin again in another match of tennis. This will then grant you one of the strangest guest appearances in the series. The game Worms 2 Armageddon on the PlayStation 3 has some exclusive content. Players can dress the worms in different hats, including a Motorstorm helmet, a Sackboy head, a Lemming head, a Buzzwig, and a Helghast mask from Killzone. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale was Sony's take on Super Smash Bros. With its own twists. While it has its flaws, it's also one of the best mashups out there. Of course, with Killzone popular around its release, to represent the series, Radek from Killzone 2 was playable. Radek has 3 outfits available: his standard Helgen uniform, an elite shock trooper, and an STA X6 jetpack costume. The game also includes 2 fighting stages involving Killzone. The first is based on Killzone called Invasion, and this mashes into the world of Ape Escape. The second is a stage called Dojo. It starts off in the world of Parappa the Rapper, and is then destroyed by a Helgen Mauler from Killzone. And the game features minions which will cheer players on for successful kills. A Helgas soldier is included in the game, while a Vizari and Rico minion can be purchased as downloadable content. When Sony and Naughty Dog released The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, it featured a number of new additions, from a new game mode called No Return, to a behind-the-scenes look at cut content. But what's cool are the new unlockable outfits. Every character has some, but Ellie and Abby each have some unique PlayStation shirts. And for the price of 5 in-game points, players can have Ellie proudly wearing a shirt with the logo of the first Killzone game. This wasn't the first time Naughty Dog featured Killzone in one of their games. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves had quite the surprising multiplayer mode for anyone who remembers it, and Naughty Dog would support this with new maps, new modes, and new characters. One of the coolest packs players could buy was the PlayStation Hero Skin Pack. This saw characters from Infamous, Resistance, and Killzone joining the Uncharted universe. And in this game, players were able to play as Sev and a Helgas soldier from Killzone 2. Sev could be chosen from the heroes, and the Helgas soldier was playable from the villains. When Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception came out, Naughty Dog would expand upon the game's multiplayer. Now players could further customize characters, and Killzone would make a return with the Killzone 3 accessory pack. Included in this pack was a Helgas helmet for a custom-made villain, a capture trooper skin playable on the villain's side, and an ISA helmet for a custom-made hero. For those of us who play the PlayStation 3, we all remember just how awesome PlayStation Home was. This was a free social hub available to all PlayStation 3 players and was way ahead of its time. Basically, PlayStation Home was a way for Sony and many other companies to advertise their products. With Killzone 2 on the horizon, for a limited time, players could find Helgas soldiers for a code to play the demo. Eventually, PlayStation Home released the Vizari Throne Room personal space that could be customized with Killzone 2 items, and users could purchase Killzone 2 themed costumes and outfits for their avatar, like this Radek outfit. A couple years later, to hype up the release of Killzone 3, the Central Plaza was invaded by Helgas. Users could play a minigame to defend the plaza against the attack, and could win an ISA uniform for their avatar. Pre-ordering Killzone 3 directly from a kiosk in PlayStation Home gave users an exclusive Helgas jetpack for their avatar, which couldn't be purchased anywhere else. A game as massive as Minecraft has had many collaborations over the years, from movies and television shows and other games. Minecraft even had a whole pack dedicated to LittleBigPlanet, but this didn't stop there. Also exclusive to PlayStation are 3 Minecraft skin packs. Each of these hold a number of different PlayStation characters. However, in Minecraft Skin Pack 1, 6 of these skins are based on Killzone. This includes Sev, Rico, Jammer, Vizari, and 2 types of Helgas soldiers. Back in 2010, Capcom released Lost Planet 2, and both the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 would receive exclusive character content. On the Xbox 360, players could play as Marcus and Dom from Gears of War. Meanwhile, the PlayStation 3 had a crossover with Killzone. This resulted in the Helgas Assault and Helgas Scout troops being playable. Best of all, this is free to download for all players and is still available on the PlayStation 3 store. Now, despite moving on to the Horizon series, Guerrilla Games hasn't forgotten about Killzone, because in Horizon Zero Dawn, players can find an ancient vessel in the Sacred Lands called KZ, which has a picture of the Killzone 3 European cover on it. And if you travel to Dawn Sentinel, a group of Carja guards can be found playing a board game, and one of the figures is reminiscent to a Helghast soldier. In the sequel, Horizon Forbidden West, if you travel to the No Man's Land region and locate the Letopolis, which you'll have to do anyway for a quest called Death's Door, inside you'll find a rack of guns resembling the LSR-44 Spewer in Killzone Shadowfall. While we may never have another Killzone game, it's pretty impressive at just how many appearances the Killzone series made in other games. Some are lost to time, some you can still find today, and some, like the Helghast helmets in Worms 2 Armageddon, or a playable Helghast soldier in Hotshot's Tennis Get a Grip, are just wacky and unexpected. But which of these are your favorite, and do you know of any other Killzone appearances I missed? Let us know down in the comments. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified about future content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.